That's fine. Okay, guys, I know you know who I am, but when I start, I have to introduce myself. Okay, so pretend you don't know. Hello, everybody. My name is Aline, and I make videos on a page called Dear Aline on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and very rarely TikTok. I'm a content creator, and I like to focus on social issues, travel, finance, and anything that I find interesting in the world. So today, what I want to talk about is a specific show that I made called The $100 Show. And this show was originally made in conjunction with Facebook. They had a program where they would choose different creators, and in order to kind of help us financially and help us kind of get started, they would give us an 8-episode series. And so I pitched a bunch of series, and the one that got approved was the $100 Show. So the $100 Show was an 8-episode series that I actually extended because it went so well. And in today's class, I want to analyze why this show went so well and what you can learn from this show and how you can make a success story like this. So this is kind of the little, what's it called when you make a TV show and you play the same thing at the beginning? This is like the theme of the show, the theme song. So I made a little theme song with my name, and this was integrated into every version of the video, which I will show you when I play a video. So the episodes were all in different countries. So I would spend $100 in the Philippines, or I would spend $100 in Bali, or $100 in Pakistan. And the thing is, I did not include flights. So essentially the theme of today's class is about creating a container for your content. So the and we'll talk about that more later, but the container or the parameters within that I functioned were a price point and a location, right? So the parameter was $100, and then the next parameter was location. So $100 in Philippines, $100 in Bali. You get the point, right? So, but how can we make this interesting, and how can we make it something that is shareable and gets millions of views instead of just something that feels like my own personal travel to a place and nobody really cares and whatever? Okay, so we're gonna do my favorite thing to do, and the way that I learn best, which is a live video analysis. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play one of these episodes right now. You've probably seen it, some of you, but just we're gonna watch it. And I want you to watch it not as an observer, but as an analyst, okay? I want you even to get a pen and paper or to type on your computer. I want you to be looking for what makes this video catchy. What points of the video make you think, I'm gonna keep watching and not scroll away? What happens in the video on screen, in the music, in the sound effects, in the script that makes you kind of get interest again? And I want you kind of be writing these things down so that you're analyzing instead of just intaking, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and open the video, and then we will watch all together. I'm going to restart the screen share. And actually, let's see if it works well, and if it doesn't, I'll restart the screen share. All right, so Arum, you can let me know if it's not working well. Let me unmute, and if everybody's ready to take notes and look for what makes us do well. Already we have some hints right here, right? Look at, we have a nice thumbnail here. Let's play.
Hi, let me ask you a question. How much do you think a night at a hotel like this would cost? It has a luxury infinity pool, a beach right outside, and a big, delicious breakfast. If you guessed anything over $30, you are wrong. Because this hotel is one of the cheapest in the world. Because it is in... This is the $100 Show with Dear Aline!
So which country is it?
I'm not gonna tell you yet. Let's see if you can guess. This is the best country to get high quality for low prices. Here, you can even get 5-star hotels for under $100. There are very beautiful homestays with local families and boutique hotels with clean, big, and bright rooms for just $12.
Oh, this hotel is only $12 a night, and it is actually super cute, and I want to live here. It would be cheaper for me to live here than to pay rent back home.
You can even stay at modern tropical hostels like this for $4. That's insane!
$4.
This place is famous for custom-made clothes that are affordable, like a personalized jacket, shoes, or dress made just for you in less than 24 hours for as low as $30.
I give you good price.
And this supports local talented seamstresses.
Wow! I love it. I'm ready for gala, okay? I'm coming in.
You just choose the style, material, get measured, and that's it. Now you have a personalized outfit that will last for a lifetime.
But what about the food?
Well, the food from this country is world famous. They have the French influence banh mi. Fresh juice, a sandwich, and a cute restaurant, $2. The world famous pho, a delicious soup with noodles, starting at just 50 cents. And for people like me, where I can finally taste the meat-free versions of all the local dishes.
Dude, it's really delicious.
It's amazing! I was even able to treat all my friends, locals and tourists, to a fresh, high-quality, delicious lunch for over 20 people, and it was under $100! I don't normally drink coffee, but here I really have to try it out because this coffee is crazy. They put in eggs, condensed milk, and so much more.
We love coffee.
And honestly, there is so much more to see. A walkway in the sky that looks absolutely unreal. A dragon bridge that blows fire. The biggest cave system in the world. And insane nature that will take your breath away. So, have you figured out where we are yet? This is Vietnam! The country with beautiful cities, nature, people, and prices. So come and spend your next vacation in Vietnam. I promise it will be worth it.
Okay, let's close that window before it starts playing the next video. And now what we're going to do is look at the script for this video, all right? So that was a fun, high energy video, but we want to break down what made it something that people watch. So that video got, I think, 23 million views on Facebook and maybe 2 million views on other channels. With no paid marketing, completely organic, okay? So let's look at why. First of all, the title. So we're starting strong, right? The world's cheapest country. Why is this such a good title? First of all, cheapest. People love anything that has to do with money, especially if it's affordable. But they also would love probably the world's most expensive country. People like extremes, right? An extreme in either direction, all right? The world's tallest man, the world's shortest man. These things are interesting, all right? So trying to find a framing for whatever you want to talk about that finds an extreme, okay? So we start every script with the first line, right? The introduction. So this is the hook. You need to have a hook. I mean, hooks are important for if you're writing a book, if you're writing an essay, if you're writing an Instagram caption, anything you're writing or an academic paper, you need a hook. You need to get the people interested. So this hook is, let me ask you a question. This works because they're already waiting to hear what the question is. No one's going to click away. They're like, wait, okay, I need to at least hear the question. How much do you think a night in this hotel would cost? Now the question is asking them what they think. So they're still not going to click away because they're like, let me see the hotel so I can give you my guess on what it would cost. And then I show it's a beautiful hotel, luxury pool, a beach outside, a big breakfast, you know, everything that I can to make it seem very expensive, right? I'm highlighting the best parts. And then the reveal. If you guess anything over $30, you are wrong. So this is a hook because it's a surprise. You would expect a high price, but it is a low price. Because this hotel, bringing it back to the title, right? Because you need your A big mistake a lot of people make is their scripts don't connect to their titles. So you need the script to connect to the title. It needs to align. Whatever the title is about, the whole video supports the title or vice versa. This hotel is one of the cheapest in the world because it is in beep. This beep, you know, is to not tell you the name of the country so that you are waiting to find out later and it builds up the suspense, okay? So which country is it? I'm not going to tell you. Let's see if you can guess. You know those like things on Facebook where someone's like, what? Only geniuses can solve this solution. You know, what is 9 minus 4 divided by, you know, and everyone's like thousands of comments because everyone wants to show they're a genius, right? That's what we're doing here, okay? Let's see if you can guess. We're making it into a game. We're gamifying it. A lot of the best companies in the world succeed because they succeed in gamifying their products, okay? This is the best country to get high quality for low prices, something highly desirable, right? You can even get 5-star hotels, something many people want to stay in and many can't afford, right? For under $100, okay? So that's the high end. I'm showing luxury, but I'm also showing homestays. I'm also showing, you know, maybe you're not into luxury, but you want a more authentic experience. So I'm going to mention homestays. So you're thinking about who's watching this video. I'm thinking people interested in luxury, I covered. People interested in authenticity, I covered. People who want privacy for cheap prices, which would be the next category, I covered. For just $12, you can get a clean, bright room, okay? Now there is a vlog moment. The vlog moment is to break up the video, right? Right now it's just me with a voiceover, voiceover, and now a vlog is it feels scripted, right? The person watching knows it's scripted, but this feels unscripted. So occasionally, if I have a highly scripted video, I like to break it up with unscripted moments because it makes it feel more genuine, okay? So we're talking about prices, and look at what we're doing. So we're starting, each of these videos is essentially broken into 5 sections, the way that I think about it in my head, not literally, but in my head. And we'll break those down later as well, but I want you to look here. It starts with the beginning, that's section 1. The end is section 2. I actually don't think about when I'm writing a script. I don't think section 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think section 1, I need to write the beginning. I think section 5, I need to write the end. And that's because as I teach in my scripting classes, your video needs to follow the ABBA method, right? That just means the A, the beginning of your script, needs to connect with the A at the end. So if you begin with how much do you think this hotel would cost, talking about prices, how beautiful it is, you need to end with something that kind of aligns with that in some way. All right. So then you go to the middle, part 2, 3, 4. This is the meat of the video, you know, the interior. And this is where we're going to break down the same thing in every video: transportation, food, you know, activities, how much these cost. And we're going to do that in every single country. So we're not having to reinvent the wheel every time we script. Okay. So let's go down a little further. So we talked about the seamstresses, we talked about something unique that you can buy in the country, the clothes, right? The fashioned, hand-tailored clothes, which, you know, Vietnam is famous for in Hoi, I think in Hoi An, all right? I wouldn't talk about this in another place. You want to talk about things that are unique to whatever your topic is. A lot of people say talk about the food, right? Food is unique in different countries, but what we want to focus on here is something that makes it specific to me as the creator or to you as the creator. So for me, I'm vegetarian. So this is a great place to talk, not about just food in general, but make it unique and talk about vegetarian food, right? There's probably hundreds of videos about food in Vietnam, but there's probably a lot less about vegetarian food in Vietnam. So it gives it a unique angle, okay? So we talk about relatable dishes like pho that people have heard about in banh mi, and we talk about the prices. And then to make it fun, we do a group meal, because when meals cost like $2, it's hard for me to hit the $100 mark in 24 hours, right? So if I take a group, it's much better for the camera, right? The camera, you at home watching, me alone eating is fine, but me with 10 friends is much more interesting. And then also we're going to drive the price up a bit so that we can actually get to $100, right? So instead of saying I can eat for $2, I can feed 100 people, or not 100. I can feed 20 people for under $100. Another unique thing about the country, coffee. So don't think about this video. Think about any content, essay blog, video you might make. What's something unique about the topic you're talking about or the place? So here they put eggs and condensed milk in the coffee. That's unique, so I mentioned it. But I wouldn't necessarily mention a drink or coffee in every country. It could be something else. For example, I did this section also in Abu Dhabi, but instead of talking about putting eggs and milk in their coffee, I talked about how they have gold, actual gold. You drink a cappuccino with gold on top. That's unique, right? So you want things that are just like stick in your mind unique. Like, what is happening? Okay, here we have a summary. So anytime you're writing a script, you're gonna have to choose, like I mentioned, section 2, 3, and 4, like 3 main topics you wanna focus on, right? So 3 main arguments you're making, 3 main places, 3 main whatever. Because if you have like 20 topics in one video or in one essay or in one post, it's overwhelming. It's too much information. We have to distill it for our audience, right? We need to decide what's the most important and focus on that. But you will usually have some extra things you just like kind of want to mention. So I like to put those all together at the end. There's so much more to see. A walkway in the sky, a dragon bridge, a cave system. I mean, listen, each of these can be a video in and of itself, but we don't have time for that. Nobody got time for that. So we're going to put them summarized at the end, right before the outro. So then we go to outro, okay? And look what we're doing. We're following the ABBA method. At the beginning of the script, we ask them, can you guess what country this is? And at the end of the video, we're bringing it back to the beginning, right? A video is like a video, a blog, anything is like a story. And the story ending needs to connect with the beginning. So we're solving the problem that we present at the beginning, which is, what country is this? So did you figure it out yet? Welcome to, and then we have the group shot for energy levels, Vietnam. This is the reveal, right? So they're already watching the whole video. We have a higher watch time because they've waited until the end. And then we give a nice summary. This is not revolutionary, okay? The country with beautiful cities, beautiful nature, beautiful people, and beautiful bread. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to write this section, okay? Visit Vietnam. So come and spend your next vacation in Vietnam. I promise it will be worth it. Giving a nice promise, etc. Okay, that's the script. You saw the video. That's enough about me. Now I want you to think about you. All right, just hold on a minute. Let's adjust this because we had it playing for the big screen. So I want you to think about, as I'm fixing this, what's something that you would like to create content about, okay? And I'm not going to keep repeating this, but when I say create content, it doesn't have to be a video. It can be something written. It can be whatever wherever your interest lies, all right? Think in your head or get a paper or write it down on your computer. What's a topic you like to talk about? What's a topic you would like to share about? What's a topic you maybe know more than others about? It doesn't need to be something so complicated. For me, it's travel, right? Travel is like, really, anyone can travel. It's not, again, it's not something hyper special. Like, I'm not a PhD, you know? So what's something you like? Maybe it's pets. Maybe it's something serious like women's issues or men's issues, right? Maybe it's something broad. Maybe it's money and finances and investing, or maybe it's something hyper specific like crocheting art bombs in your city. So think about a topic, just choose one right now. There's millions of things we're each interested in. Choose one in your mind just to use as your focus for the rest of this class, okay? Now we want you to think about what platform or format are you drawn to? So let's look at the $100 show. The $100 show, the primary platform, the main platform that I'm shooting for is Facebook, because that was my primary platform. And Facebook is horizontal. So when I say format, I mean, how are we shooting it? Is this a square video? Is this a horizontal video like for YouTube or Facebook? Is this a vertical video like for TikTok, Reels, or YouTube Shorts? That's important, right? When you're shooting, are you shooting like this or like this, right? So having to think about what is the format you're going to use. A little trick to use is, let's say you are wanting to shoot for all the platforms. How do you shoot? Well, you shoot horizontal, okay? And then you keep all the action. I'm going to actually turn my phone this way. You keep all the action here in the middle so that when you edit, you can cut off the edges and then you have a square video. or you cut off a lot of the edges and you have vertical. Okay, this mostly works just if you want square and horizontal, because really taking vertical out of a horizontal video is going to be very squishy. Okay, but think about platform and format. Just think of one right now. Where do you spend the most time? TikTok, Reels, Facebook, YouTube? Maybe that's your platform. What time and money are you willing to invest into your creations? All right. When I started, I was willing to invest zero money. All my first videos I made for free. I mean, not for free. I already owned a laptop and a cell phone, but I didn't have to buy them to create, right? After a lot of time, I bought a camera, I bought a nicer phone, blah, 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 blah. But at the beginning, I was willing to invest zero money, but a lot of time, right? To write the scripts, to shoot, etc. So think about, do I want to make something easy, essentially? Or do I want to make something kind of like cool, but it's going to take a bit longer and take more investment of time and or money, okay? Upload frequency. What is your life like realistically? Okay, when I started, I didn't have a job. I quit my job. So I could dedicate all my time to this. Not 100% of my time, because I was, traveling with my partner and had to help him and do all the bookings and everything, but a lot of time. So I committed to weekly upload of a very high level 3-minute plus video. Okay, but if you're doing Reels, you could theoretically do a few times a week because they're simpler, right? And then finally, I want you to think about, what is the viewer getting? This is like, really, I hate this one because it's so hard, but it's like the only thing that matters. But it is hard. I'll admit to you, it is hard even for me. What is the viewer getting? So for the $100 show, the viewer is getting to see the world. They're getting to compare places in the world. So you're getting a comparison you're not usually going to get, which is, what does $100 do in each location, right? You're getting affordability because I'm showing you cheap things. You're getting unique stuff because I'm taking the time to find things you're not going to find on Google in 2 minutes, right? The exit. I went to Vietnam for like a month when I was younger. I didn't know they put eggs in coffee. These are not obvious things you're going to know, right? So I'm doing the research necessary. Okay, so think about these: topic, platform, investment of your time and money, upload frequency. What is the viewer getting? Okay, now let's talk about the container format. $100 show is in a container format. So I want you to think about, if you were to make content, what would your container be? Let me give a few more examples. So one show I have, other than the $100 show, that has a container format is 24 hours. 24 hours in. So 24 hours in Indonesia. This is Indonesia, this photograph. 24 hours on Padar Island. 24 hours in Bali. 24 hours in an airport. 24 hours in my room. 24 hours without food. You can create so many parameters with time. Time is another parameter. So think about all these different parameters. Maybe pause this and do an exercise, or do one tomorrow. What are just a bunch of different containers you can think of that you could make content within? Maybe your bedroom. Maybe you're like, you know what, I'm locked down and I want to make content in my room. What can I make in this room? That was a show that I pitched to Facebook. Put someone in a room, put me in a room, and see what you can make with nothing, right? That's a container. So cheap is the value for this show. Edutainment is the style. So edutainment is, of course, a mix of, education and entertainment. So I'm being educational, so you're learning, and I'm entertaining you, so you're not bored. And then the hook is money, right? So thinking about yourself, what will your value be? What will your style be? And what kind of hooks will you use? Okay. So format. We mentioned format. Let's go into it a little bit deeper. So the hook, let me ask you a question. Can you guess where I am? This is going to blow your mind. I'm going to tell you a secret. These are ways to get people to be like, what's happening? What's happening in this video? I want to know. Do people want to know? Okay. And then your format can have a theme song. Mine has a theme song. I like it because it feels like professional, like a TV show or something. Like I have my little theme, like Friends. I feel very cool. So I like to do that. This is my only show that I took the effort to do that for, but I'm happy I did. The body of the video. What's going to be repeating? The reason I like containers is it makes your life so much easier because you're working within a box. You have this box and you're just filling it in. when you make a new video with no container, you're reinventing the wheel every time. Oh, what am I going to include? What am I going to exclude? I know what I'm going to include. I'm going to include food, transportation, accommodation, activities. Easy. Every time. I could say, you know, I'm going to go to Sri Lanka. I know what I'm going to do. Intro, outro, food, accommodation, transportation, activities. Done. Easy. I know exactly what I'm researching. Okay. Another trick that I like to do on these videos specifically is I put a visual on the screen of the money going down. So in the corner, it'll start with like $100 and then it will minus every time I spend money. This is like, you know, it's like that little serotonin ping, 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 where you're seeing the money change and you're like, ooh, what's happening? Ooh, where's it gonna go? Where's it gonna jump? Okay. And then finally, like I mentioned, the summary and the outro. The outro is really important because the end of a video, the end of a essay, the end of a blog post, this is when someone decides their next action. Are they going to share this? Are they just going to click away? Are they going to like it? Are they going to leave a comment? You might want to include a call to action here, right? So share this amazing country with your friends, or this is something people need to know about, or this is something everyone should be talking about, right? Okay, so what makes a container special and what makes your content special? A niche. This is another, listen guys, there's some things in content I just don't love, but I know are like necessary evils sometimes. A niche is one of them. It's very frustrating. A lot of people are like, Aline, I don't want to make content about the same thing over and over. And I'm like, listen, me either, cry me a river. That's how it works, right? So when you're getting started, you usually need a niche. So what are you talking about? The van life. This is my life living in a van, traveling. That's a great niche, right? Is your niche, you know, what it's like to be of XYZ ethnicity traveling? Is it safe? Or gender, right? You can grow out of your niche as you go along. I don't have a hyper specific niche anymore, but I started with niches and then I like slowly added more topics to what I talk about, okay? But with the $100 show and with the container, you do need to stay in, right? So you can have a niche within a series. So this is travel and money, that's the niche. What makes your content special? Unique angles and research. This is hard. Most people will do an hour of research and be like, I'm great. Absolutely not. You're not great. You need to do a lot of research. You need to get something that is hard to get. You need to get something that's not on page 1 of Google. You need to get something that I don't already know, right? So this is where the research comes in. Make friends in that country. Go to a message board. Find locals. Or if it's not a country specific thing, if you're talking about a disability, find people who have that disability. Talk to them. See what it's like. See what the real experience is like. Get me something that's not on Google. Get me the human experience. Okay. For the $100 show, my thing that made it special is budgeting. I'm good at budgeting. We all have our skills. I am cheap. I'm trying not to be anymore because I'm a grown-up now. But I have been cheap for most of my life. Okay. And so I am very good at finding ways to not spend money. And that's what makes these shows unique, because I can kind of find things that other people probably wouldn't do or want to do or know how to find. All right. And then of course, at the beginning, you want a hook or a cliffhanger. And this is just like must have. And it doesn't need to be crazy. The hook does not need to be something, you know, revolutionary, just something that gets people waiting to find out more. It can even be a nice visual, like a beautiful place, right? Where is this beautiful place? Let's find out. Okay, the ABC of making the actual video, okay? So if you start with ideation, what's my video topic? What's the container, okay? This is kind of the hardest part here, the ideation. It's not the part that takes the most skill, like hardware skill, but it's the hardest to get. Anyone can learn how to shoot or do a voiceover, edit and publish. Not anyone can think of the right idea. Okay. So once you have the right idea, you should take your sweet time on this and the right angle. Then you write your script. Now, this is difficult. What if you're already in the country? You don't have time to write a script. You're already in the place. You need to do it quickly. You can shoot first, but I will never shoot 99% of the time. Once in a while, you really just have to, without an intro and an outro. But that's because that's the type of video I make. Each of you will have your own style, right? So my style is I'm standing like this and I'm like, let me tell you a story about the most hard to reach place on earth. I need to be on camera. That's my style. And I need to be on camera for the last line. So if I have a shoot coming and I'm like, oh, I'm going to be in this country for just one day. This happened last week. I had to go to Gibraltar. I did not have the whole script ahead of time. So I just had the beginning and the end, and then I just shoot a bunch of stuff for the middle, and then I write the script for the middle later. But because this is a container, I kind of knew what should be included, right? So places to stay, things to do, etc. All right, once you script and you have your outline, you get the shots. I mean, getting shots is this is a whole nother class, but close-ups, far away shots, a mixture, things that you've actually thought about, right? We don't just want some crappy, terrible shots, okay? Recording the voiceover. This is just, reading your script out loud so that you have a voice talking during the video. It's not boring, random shots with no storyline, all right? And then finally, the editing and the publishing, okay? So what we're gonna focus on though is ideation, all right? Okay, the future of the $100 show. So I started the show, you might start a show someday, you might have a container. What's going to happen in the future? So after the first 8 episodes, I no longer was, supported by Facebook. I said, I'm gonna keep making it because I love doing this. This container is, I had never done a container before. I had been ideating for every video and it was painful. So I really highly suggest containers. The 24 hours in Lebanon, 24 hours in here, $100 show, anything, whatever you want, okay? Drew Binsky, he does $10 here, $10 there, right? It doesn't have to be money related or travel related. That's just what I happen to talk about the most in general, okay? So I will continue making these episodes with no schedule, just when I'm in the mood, when I'm somewhere and I'm like, you know what, why not, okay? The lesser known the country, usually the better the episode, right? Does that mean you should go, what is the least known country and go there? No, but it means, you don't want to do necessarily a place that's kind of generic. Now, sometimes you can have a good episode in a well-known place like Singapore or Maldives because they are expensive and people are interested in the prices. But sometimes when you go to a country that has a high population and a low amount of content made about it, it's kind of fun because their locals will watch it, right? So if you go to Vietnam, there's not a ton of videos about Vietnam that are high quality videos. So the locals will be really excited, right? But if you go to like a country with a tiny population, that this doesn't work, right? Because the locals, there's like not very many, okay? Vlog moments, I'm gonna include more vlog moments because highly scripted videos are very much work. I'll be honest, they're exhausting, it's worth it, but it's tiring. So when I include more vlog moments, it makes it easier for me to shoot. I can just shoot what's actually happening and I don't need to stress so much. More local purchases, so buying things locally is always great, right? I try as much as possible to get things that I can only get in that place. In this video, we have a screenshot of $100 in Uzbekistan. I was like, listen, I want to wear a local outfit. I don't want to spend a bunch of money on it and then throw it away and then create waste in the world. So I just went up to some random seller and I was like, can I just rent this for like an hour? He was like, sure. So now I had something for the video that's super unique. For $5 or $10, I don't remember how much it was, I rented these amazing royal outfits and did a whole photo shoot. So cool, right? And then think about what's happening in the world that's relevant culturally at the time, right? So right now that would be this lovely pandemic we all get to experience, okay? In the future, it could be something else, global warming, how to travel without being too hot or cold with extreme temperatures, whatever, right? So trying to find something that makes it timely, all right? Okay, back to you. What should you learn, even if you're not a content creator now, okay? What do you already know about? This is really something, it's so easy and it's so hard, right? It's so easy and it's so hard to know your talents and your skills. Because you're so used to the things you're good at, you forget that it's unique to be good at them. It could be empathy. Being like a highly empathetic individual, it could be that you're good at studying. That's a great skill set that people want. It could be that you have, management skills. You're good at managing teams. These are all things that I would watch content about. Every day I'm Googling how to work with a team. I don't know. And so there's not enough content about it online. There's probably hundreds of people that are really good at managing teams and they think it's normal because they're born with that skill set. But that is something they could be creating content about, right? And that people would watch. So think to yourself, what is the topic people ask you for advice on? So for me, what do people ask me for advice on? Travel. How much is this place? How do I go there? Where should I go for my honeymoon? Da, 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 da. That's a big one because I've been to, you know, a million countries, not a million, 80, 90, something like that, right? Then once you have that, you think of the format or the shell. All right, talk to friends, sit with some friends, be like, hey guys, I want to make content about this. What would you want to know about this? Right? Think about it that way. Be authentic, right? This is annoying advice, but it's important advice. Be authentic, be authentic. You really do need to be authentic because only you is you and only you are unique. No one is like you. And I want to know about you. I want to get your personality. I want to get the good and the bad, you know? I want to see what you think is funny. I want to see the dumb jokes you make. I want to see the weird faces you make, right? Give me something that is not, you know, you're not a news anchor. All right. You're an individual. So give me something special. All right. And finally, the best way to create is if it's meaningful to you. Do you actually care about this? This is something that I've stopped making as many videos lately because I really only want to make videos about things I super care about. Which unfortunately I do care about a lot of like really difficult issues. So I've been making a lot of like very difficult videos lately. But then it feels meaningful to me and it keeps me motivated because life is so long, guys, for most of us. We're going to live a long time. So don't worry, you're not behind. You know, you have so many years left. There's so much time to learn how to do these things, okay? And make sure you're doing things that are meaningful to you because, you know, every piece of content we create, everything we do, it's a little piece of us, all right? So I really hope you enjoyed this class. I really hope this was helpful and that learning about the $100 show maybe helped you get some ideas for something you could work on. And thank you so much for listening.